Boys, see you on the other side.
3, 2, 1. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Welcome to this week's episode of What's Your Worst?
Because this is the fucking worst.
I'll be right back. Let's roll the title card.
Oh my god. Don't put it down in it.
It's already wet.
I know.
Not gonna make much of a difference.
Oh no.
Well,
hey, welcome back to What's Your Worst? The show where we talk about the worst shit. But this week we're going to talk about something different. We're talking about some cool shit and best shit. I'm Sam. He's Simon. And today we have a very special guest visiting us from out of town. This is our good buddy Jeff. He's been on the podcast before. Jeff, welcome to the show.
thanks for having me. This is nice to be back.
What episode were you on again? That was the band one, the
I
concert
was on the concert one.
Yeah.
The worst concert episode. That was also...
I had quite the library to choose from.
Yeah, if you look through our catalog of videos here on the channel, it's the one with the Black Lives Matter thumbnail.
Right.
Because it was right during the beginning of the George Floyd protests.
Yeah.
So, if you want to go back and check out Jeff's episode, I believe it is episode 5, the worst concert story.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
That's wild.
It was about 2 months ago. This is
That's
episode
episode
13. Yeah.
Lucky number 13.
It was a long time ago. You might say it was a really nice Burlington memory.
I'm going to cut that out.
We were talking a little bit, and we thought we were talking a little bit about it in the days before this, that maybe whenever we bring back a guest who's been on a previous episode, we do something a little bit different. And so instead of doing our worst story this time, we're going to do the reverse. We're going to do some really positive, like the best memories we have. And we all, this is so funny. Fucking spillage.
This is a good episode.
This is already a good episode.
Yeah.
And we're less than.
So we're going to be going over our best memories from Burlington, or Vermont in general.
Yeah.
Just because you used to be a native, not native, but
6
county.
years.
Yeah.
6 years.
And so, yeah, we think that would be a pretty good...
We all met each other here at school. We've all known each other for about 7 years. It's and we got a lot of fun memories together. Got a lot of fun memories apart. But really, just gonna I think we've got a few that we're probably just gonna be rolling. Honestly, this is gonna be a fun little trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
So.
This might get broken up into two episodes, maybe even 3 episodes, depending on how many stories we get to. But
yeah, we'll see. Just you'll know.
It's gonna be a lot.
You'll know by the time this gets released how many episodes there are. Anyway, because we don't, as we're recording this and we're less than 5 minutes in. Anyway, I've been talking a while. Jeff, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing well. I'm making new Burlington memories this weekend. I've been here since Thursday. I'm here through tomorrow. And it's just very fun to catch up with people and not only have new experiences, but of course to reflect on old ones as well. Because we have quite the library to choose from. Because I've known you guys for a long time.
We all used to live together too.
That's true. We've talked about that too.
Yeah.
I actually
forgot
about that. Yeah,
The very first thing Jeff said as soon as he walked in the door was he greeted my cat. I think before he greeted me.
I did.
Yeah.
Because Aria was our roommate.
Yep. Aria ran
about 5
up
months.
to him pretty quick, and I think she recognized him immediately.
She's around.
That's Finn.
She's had her fill of me. I think she's in the other room.
Yeah, she's around.
She's around.
There's a cat behind the camera, in case y'all were wondering what I was pointing at.
Yeah.
Y'all have seen the cats on the podcast in the background before.
Y'all have seen cats before.
Y'all have seen cats before. You know what they look like.
Yeah, but Jeff, do you want to kick us off with a good Burlington or Vermont memory you can think of?
The one that I thought of recently, that was probably one of the more fun events that we had, was at our old house on Proctor Avenue when we had the Halloween party.
Yeah.
I think that might have been 3 or 4 years ago for Halloween. I can't remember what exact year it was.
I think it's about 3 years ago. Maybe. 3 years ago sounds right.
That was my favorite Halloween costume that I've ever worn.
Remind us what you were.
I was a police officer, and the fun thing about that was I bought a little citation book and I was able to issue people citations at the party the entire night for being too drunk, for making fun of my costume, for having your elbow over the table in Pong. And
Was that the same night that we iced you? Or iced
it might have
Sam?
Been. It might have been.
Definitely iced
I
me.
think it was. I think
No,
it was.
that was your birthday.
Y'all iced me my birthday, and my birthday is in October, but we didn't have
Yeah.
a combined party.
I do remember that because you were in great discomfort.
I was very horrible pain. And
Horrible.
That was great. That's
I-
probably
that
one of
was-
my favorite memories in that house.
Salmon pain. That was.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what getting iced means, because I've found that some people don't know what that means, is when
Oh, I really wish I had
an ice right
an
now.
ice right now. Yeah.
Ooh.
I know, that'd be awesome.
It's like this.
It's when you fool your friend or your enemy by handing them or having them happen upon a bottle, an unopened bottle of Smirnoff Ice, and then what they have to do is they have to get down on one knee, crack a cold one, and chug it. And it is now Smirnoff Ice is sweet, and if it's cold,
It's cold.
it's really
Oh, yeah.
really crisp, and it's kind of difficult to chug. It's unpleasant.
You wanna
to
You're
enjoy
being
it.
polite. Man.
It's unpleasant to
Sucks.
chug. It's so yeah, it's just pain. When it happens to you 3 to 4 times in a night, you do your best to
Oh,
avoid
you
your
did it.
friends.
You had a few.
Yeah,
I think I had 4.
Well,
I
the
think I
thing
had
was,
4.
we were
One
like planning it. We went to the basement of
Oh,
the
yeah,
house,
we
and we were like convening. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was a great night for you all. I had a fun night. And like I'm pretty sure that was my 23rd, 4th birthday.
That would-
Probably my 23rd.
23rd.
I
My
think so.
23rd. Yeah. My 22nd was a good birthday party. I remember that one really well. But the 23rd was a fun one. I feel like y'all always go hard for my birthdays.
Got to.
Just fun.
Got to.
But that Halloween party I remember really fondly. We had a lot of people. That was one of the bigger parties at that house.
Yeah, you went as an alien, I thought.
Is that the year Julie and I were aliens? We've been
I
trying to
think
do
so.
a couple costumes, and
Yeah.
I think because the year before Halloween was the year, and I'll get you photos for the edit. I think
Awesome.
It was. I think the year before. I was thinking about in terms of Halloween parties. The year before that was when we went to Margot's Halloween party. And I think we had
Right.
several Halloween parties that weekend, but
Yeah.
Margot's was the one that I think a lot of our friends were going to. And we, at her new place after she and I, when I moved in with you all.
Yeah.
And so I think Julia and I went as a firefighter and a Dalmatian.
I remember that
And
one.
Jeff was you were like a German beer wench.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Like,
I was.
You were wearing lederhosen.
Without the ability to do any of the dancing,
It was-
or clapping, or knee slapping.
We have a
that
photo
kind
of you and Julia like crouched over posing, and it's real. I gotta find
Like
it.
slop squat.
It's something like it's really funny. Julia in her Dalmatian onesie, and Jeff in his fucking lederhosen and
They
his
were
braids.
tight.
That was great.
It was really-
I had
Was
tights
it
too.
braids? Was it braids or was it just a wig, like a long-haired wig? I can't remember.
I mean,
it was
There's
the
no way
way.
that Jeff had braids.
But that was the time that you and Jen were Jon Snow and Egret, I think.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought I was Indiana Jones.
I'm pretty sure you were Jon Snow.
I
that
remember
night,
that. I remember
'cause you had
that
the sword.
too, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure you had the sword that night.
I remember that wig. I would like to find that picture somewhere.
I remember finding that sword when I moved out of Proctor. And
Oh, the one that I just like,
'cause it was
leaning
just
up.
leaning. It was leaning up against the house. Do you have while we're on the topic of Halloween parties or parties in
man.
general? Do you have any?
I mean, besides my birthday party, my 21st birthday party, which I can't talk about on the podcast because my parents watch, and they'll never hear about it.
We've talked about it a little bit, but not
A little
we can't
bit.
Go into
We
the-
can't go into detail.
can't go into all the
I built a
details.
table. We had like 12 people over. There was a lot of like sangria and just drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I made like a whole dinner and everything for it, and that was great.
Yeah,
That was wild. We watched Princess Bride afterwards.
yeah.
I
That
forgot
was
about that.
that was my first time watching Princess Bride. Yeah,
Really?
That look that you just saw between the two of us, that is your clue that there's something else you don't know that you won't know, and
I'm happy you addressed that.
yeah.
No, but besides that, I mean, there was, and I actually brought this up when we were talking about this a little bit last night. The only other party that I can think of being like extremely great in Burlington, I went to a women's field hockey basement party
I think you
off
told
of
me
like
about
Main
this.
Street or something. Yeah, and it was great. Like there was probably $2 jungle juice and snacks and stuff. I missed the snacks apparently.
Go with the stacks.
But yeah, I had never been to a basement party. I don't think I've been to one since.
I don't think I've either. I don't think I've actually ever been to one.
No,
Like, basements are dank, and not in the good way.
no.
Like,
Is there a good dank?
yeah,
Oh, there is. Yeah.
there's two good danks.
Yeah.
Yeah, beer and pot.
So Sam, what kind of parties? I guess what's your favorite Burlington memory?
So that's the tough one. And I know we were gonna run into this problem, and I know when we've been talking about this off the podcast, like before the show, like the hardest part about picking a favorite something is that in your mind you're like discounting something else, and I don't discount most of my memories here. One of my favorite, like, Burlington's such a cool town. It's part of the reason why I wanted to go to UVM for school. It's big, or it's small, but it feels bigger than it is, and there's always something going on, except for right now when nothing's going on. But there's so many, and it's constantly evolving. Like there's always new things. And the things that are already there are great, so you want to keep doing them. Like this morning we had bagels at Myers Bagels, and it's
all-time favorite.
yeah, it's one of many great bagel places around the area, and they do a unique style. They do the Montreal style bagels, which
You can't get those anywhere else.
you can't really
around
get
here.
those. No, that's the only place you can really get them in this area, and so
Not in Massachusetts at all.
yeah,
No.
and so
It's just not a thing.
like it's one of those things that's uniquely Burlington. And I mean, you could drive 90 miles to Montreal and get Montreal style bagels, but like, why would you do that when you could do that on Pine Street? And so
True.
and then also on Pine Street is Feldman's Bagels, which is like the New York traditional like Jewish deli style bagels. It's like
Those are good too.
like they're great bagels, and
Jeff, you just like bagels, don't you?
I'm revisiting all the new.
Big
the old-
breakfast guy.
I'm revisiting all the old places. And
Yeah.
I'm still learning back home.
and like the thing
All
is,
the
the cool
places.
thing is for the first time in like. I've never been. This new place opened up on Church Street since lockdown started and since COVID started, and I hadn't been yet. And then Jeff's like, "Hey, I want to check out this
Crew.
Crew Coffee," and I know that they're in other locations as well, but they just opened a location in Burlington. It's obviously local staff.
There's one in like Plattsburgh.
Yeah, I think there's one in Saratoga as well.
Yeah.
But just that place, I went and got a bullet latte, and bullet coffee is awesome. So I, just sitting down there on Church Street, socially distant tables and all that, like it was like the morning on Church Street is the best time to be there. It's not too crowded, and it's like mornings in Burlington are so nice. Like the older buildings look good in the sunlight. The air is usually nice because not many people are there. Cars aren't out driving yet.
Yeah.
And like if you're spending time with friends, it's a great time. But it's also a great place to be on your own and just like enjoy your time. And so. Picking a single Burlington this is all just a long way of saying picking a single Burlington memory is difficult. I'm gonna try and do my best to just give the ones that I'm gonna bring forth today like good justice. Anytime going to like foam brewers is always one of my favorites.
Those
And
are the-
I've never.
never
I
had that.
I don't think I've ever had a bad experience at foam.
Yeah.
I might have had like one, but it wasn't the fault of foam at all.
Yeah.
It was just like the mood I was in.
You're right, and so it's.
But
Like I think my worst experience at foam is like going with a big group and not knowing everybody,
yeah.
and it's just because I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to talk when I don't know everybody and I can't like converse with every single person there. I'm pretty good at meeting new people, but sometimes I don't always like.
That's an understatement.
I don't always know how to like keep up with topics I'm not familiar with, namely like music. I don't know, and so
you don't have to. You just
No.
have to listen sometimes.
yeah, that's
I
true.
suppose.
And just drink good beer, but.
Yeah.
Because of foam's atmosphere, like I just enjoy myself every single time I'm down there. So we were there last night with a group of us. We got a reservation, COVID season, and it's super fun. Like I had a great time.
I was surprised by how many cars were in the parking lot.
Me too.
That kind of took me off guard because
I get the feeling that people were parking to go down to the waterfront.
that's what
Waterfront was packed.
we were running a little bit late, and that's like what I thought when Jen texted you and you were like, "Good luck finding parking."
yeah, parking's kind of tight,
Yeah.
but figured it out.
Yeah. No, as far as for my Burlington memories go, because I lived in Vermont almost my entire life,
Mm.
for 20 years now. And I have to say that it's probably more to do with college memories more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, there's like a pretty big, I don't know, like, expectation from college that you're supposed to have, like, they're supposed to be the best years of your life.
Right.
And so I don't necessarily think that that's true, but there are a lot of good stories that came out of that.
Yeah. Oh, we're going back to college now. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
some of them
even-
honestly just blend together.
yeah, I mean, just like waking up at 6:30 or so in the morning and going to hike Mansfield and like basically just hang out there all day with a couple of friends, because that's like a 3-hour hike, and so it's not really easy to coordinate all of that, but when it works out, it's so much fun.
Yeah. And like, I can't blame you for like the view at the top of Mount Mansfield is awesome.
Yeah.
And you're at the top of Vermont there.
Yeah.
Pretending like I've been to the top of Mount Mansfield, just nodding and agreeing.
Hey, you.
3-hour hike. I haven't done that yet. I've done Hunger and Abraham.
Yeah, you did Abraham.
Both fun.
You did Abraham.
Mount Abe's a pretty big mountain too. That's like a
Yeah.
hour and a half.
Mount Abe's top 5.
I think it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't see a thing when we got to the
No.
top because it was just the clouds.
Yeah, it was a cloudy day. The day we went up.
Windy too.
Super
Almost got
windy.
swept off the peak.
Oh, I remember that. We've done Stowe Pinnacle too, but that's
Stowe
a short,
Pinnacle's great.
It's a short hike though.
Yeah.
They got the golden retrievers.
Yep.
The mountain dogs. Yeah.
And that's also the one that you have to like basically climb down like a pretty big rock face just to get up to the top, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of Mount Abe. Like.
I don't know if I've done that.
There's
There's like a point that you're above the tree line and you have to like basically climb down back under the tree line to get
there was
back on the
one
trail.
of my coworkers was telling me about a hike that he did where recently that he had.
Mount Ellen?
I think it was Mount Ellen. Yeah, where he had to do that.
Yeah.
But I haven't done Mount Ellen. Mount Ellen's right near Mount Abe.
Mm.
It's like on the same ridge.
Yep.
No,
No, Mount Ellen's in,
is it not?
it's like by Starksboro.
Yeah, that's in between here and Bristol, isn't it? I don't know.
Oh, Mount Abe, not Mount Mansfield.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut all of this, make myself not look stupid. Yeah, no, but besides that, I think that a lot of it is probably to do with you guys and just hanging out.
Yeah, this
I don't know.
group has the majority of my favorite memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well, because that's the thing, we would all hang out together. Like,
yeah. So,
even when we weren't living together, we would
Yeah.
hang out at your place,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. I have a good one, and this will get you.
I
This will
think I
get
might know what it is.
this will get you going. I want to talk about my 21st birthday, and so.
Oh, this is a not good one in some ways.
In some ways, but in other ways, and see, here's the thing. Living in Vermont, I just sort of alluded to it with foam, is that you get accustomed to the fact that the beer culture here is so strong and so varied.
Yeah.
And there's new breweries opening up every year, it seems, and it's always cool to try the new stuff when it's out. And when you're 21, and when you're turning 21, you can legally drink for the first time. I definitely didn't drink before I was 21. Was the anyway. When you can go out for the first time and you can just go enjoy yourself at these places that you've been hearing about and wanting to spend time at properly, it's really awesome when you finally can. And so for my 21st birthday, we basically piled into my car and we had an under 21 person DJing. So it was me, Jeff, and our friend Sarah, who was also we went around to all these places. So we went to like Switchback Brewing in the morning, and then we went to Lake Champlain Chocolates, and then we went to the Farmers Market. No, we went to Queen City Brewing.
Yeah.
We had a few.
Yeah, we
had quite a few.
Then we hit the Farmers Market and did the liquor circuit at the Farmers
Did
Market.
you do Zero Grab too?
I don't think we did Zero Grab that day. I think we did Zero Grab for your birthday.
Yeah.
And then we did from the Farmers Market. We went to Four Quarters, which at that point hadn't really grown to what it is now. It was still relatively new, and we had our time there. And then we broke for the afternoon. Julia and I went to Our House Bistro here in Winooski, or close by in Winooski, and had mac and cheese. And then we went to Jeff's apartment for my party because my apartment didn't really have enough space to house as many people as I would like to
No,
have
we
there.
had a great apartment.
Yeah.
We had a great apartment.
And so they graciously hosted and and I had a grand old time until the room started spinning and then I laid down and Sarah handed me a trash can that had holes in it. So
Ooh.
that was fun.
We've all been there.
So
Well,
Yeah. I didn't realize how much you also played a role in my 21st birthday because we did a similar thing to what you did.
except it was on a Wednesday.
Except it was on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I got out of class at noon.
Yeah.
And so we went to I think we started at Switchback, went to Zero Gravity, went to Four Quarters,
I think we went to
went to Citizen Cider,
Yeah.
went to the Archives. Did we go to Burlington Beer Co. too,
I
or
don't
no?
think so.
I miss Archives.
I think we went from archives
To Jeff's poetry reading.
Yeah.
I forgot you came to my poetry reading.
We were inebriated.
Yeah.
I remember Simon sitting there like,
I was having a great time.
Yeah, this is great. I met the devil in line on 34th Street.
It made it sound so much better.
Do you want to do a
I
dramatic
forgot.
rereading of your poetry if you can remember
If
it?
I remembered it, I would. But no, I don't. That was a rewarding experience, and then I'm happy that you were there. And despite your state of mind, it made all the difference in the world. You need to get that off my chest.
And yeah, and Jeff was. I think you anchored it, didn't you? Were you last to go?
I was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the last one. That was another really good memory for me, just for being in college, because writing and poetry and whatnot was and is still really important to me, and it was really cool to sort of have a chance to share it with a group like that, and have my favorite professor actually came and didn't tell me that she's going to come. So
Didn't you get acknowledgement for that poem as well? Like,
Yeah.
the special acknowledgement.
yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah, and that poem was like, we had to like write a poem based on a painting, right?
Yeah, it was some early 20th century, like I can't remember. It was from like the 40s and like sort of earlier because of the Depression era.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Cool stuff. The Depression.
There you
Cool
go.
stuff.
I'm trying to think of what else,
Okay,
like
so-
other good memories I've had in Burlington. There's definitely a
I
lot,
think
but
Burlington
like,
specifically was where it gets tricky. I think some of my favorite nights were back on Proctor when we would just like that first summer.
yeah.
When we were.
When we would grill every night.
We would
Yeah,
grill
I
every night.
literally even boil water on our grill.
Yeah, that's true. He would
Those was the
hot
days.
meals.
Make some
Hot
pasta.
meals.
hot meals. Yeah,
Good way
and-
to gain 45 pounds in 2 months.
Yeah.
Bulking.
Yeah. Bulking.
That's when you were
trying
trying
to attain mass.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying.
Cultivating mass.
I'm
Cultivating mass.
cultivating mass.
Yes, I cultivated it and now I'm trying to cull it. So yeah.
No, and like also just like bonfires out in the
Yeah.
side yard.
Oh yeah, it was the best. Yeah, that was a great
Having
place.
my new coworkers from the liquor store come over
And that's where I met. Well, that's where at least I met Stan.
that's
the most part.
more or less where we got to know Stan, Isaac, and Kate.
Yeah, I didn't really know Isaac until after I moved out, but
Tommy was there too. That time I fell off the cooler. That was fun.
oh,
The
we should get Tommy on the show.
that'd be interesting.
That would be
Great.
Shout
I would
out
love
to
that.
Tommy.
We saw him yesterday. Actually, we hung out with Tommy at Crew Coffee and around Church Street yesterday morning. It was
And that's actually a good segue as far as not even a Burlington memory, but something I love about this town is I got onto Church Street to meet you. And it was like empty and it was like this really cool sort of atmosphere, and so like I took like a picture and I put it on things like my Instagram story. And 3 minutes after I'd done that, he reached out to me and was like, "Are you on Church Street? Can we go meet up?" And I thought about it, and I was like, as he was coming down to meet me, I thought, this is one of the only places in the world where I can just take a random picture with no context or telling anyone where I am, and people will just be like, "Yeah, I'll come meet you down in 5 minutes."
Yeah.
That's something that I really like
I
about this
think
town.
that says something a lot about like there's probably very few places in this world where we know as many people as we do.
Oh, my social circle here is fantastic.
Because like even going back to where you went to high school, where you grew up, like a lot of people have like moved away, or they
Yeah.
they no longer live in the area, or
Except for Pembroke.
they've grown apart, and you haven't hung out with them in like 7 years or something, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't.
That's also like that's the thing. The people in high school that I grew up with, even though like some of them do still live around here, I don't really want to hang out with them.
Mhm.
Like nothing against people that I went to high school with,
Yeah.
but there's no reason for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna take time out of my day to hang out with you.
Yeah.
You just grow.
Yeah.
Grow, man.
Yeah, and so that was really cool when like Tommy just showed up.
Yeah, that was great. We had a great time.
We did.
Caught up, and it was just completely on a whim. And
Yeah,
I just got many other towns that I can do that.
Breakfast at KKD. Met Ian, the dude who has all
Met
the,
Ian.
the dude,
Yeah.
the dude with all the tattoos in the coffee shop.
I want to grow up to be Ian someday. Shout out to Ian.
Yeah.
Very
Was
cool.
it the Cosmic Grind? I think that's the
Cosmic
Grind.
Go to Cosmic Grind.
Good coffee shop.
Yeah.
So quick, Jeff, you're a big breakfast guy. You're a big coffee guy, right?
Huge breakfast guy.
You got your coffee now. What's the like top 3 coffee shops in Burlington? Because there's a lot.
Money's is great.
More so
for Waters here.
I remember when we used to go to Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
Honestly,
really wanna tell me.
Crew is really creeping up there for me.
Really?
I've
You've only been there once.
Yeah, well, twice.
Twice?
I'm gonna go tomorrow
Right.
too.
Okay.
That's Crew.
Nice.
Yeah, Crew. I really like the atmosphere. They actually have a hollowed out coffee table that has about 3 dozen fish tickets just in there, and there's a glass plating over
That's what
there.
got you.
I'm a little bit of a fan of fish. That and the coffee. Mike Gordon was there a few days ago.
Yeah.
I missed him, unfortunately.
Mike Gordon, if you're watching this, Jeff really wants to meet you.
Mike Gordon, I would love to meet you. I saw your band 4 times last year. You were just great. So, Crew's really up there. Uncommon Grounds, I sort of used to go to.
They closed.
They closed,
Yeah.
yeah. Even Cosmic Grind yesterday, that was actually the first time I'd been there.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Well, 'cause that used to be
Speeder and
was
Earls.
that Speeder and Earls?
That was Speeder and
Yeah,
Earls downtown.
I used to go to that Speeder and Earls a lot as
Yeah.
well. There are a bunch. That's the thing. It's like overwhelming coming back here because I spent 6 years of my life here, and
Yeah.
there's so many different places that you want to go to, and I'm here for 4 days, and it just feels like we haven't even gone to Stowe yet. Some of my favorite memories
Yeah.
are going up to Hill Farmstead with you guys,
Yeah.
and just sitting
Oh, that's
on the
true.
porch and drinking.
We haven't really explored. We haven't even really gotten to like going outside this area yet.
Yeah,
And there's so
the-
much. There's
yeah.
so much outside too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to go into that now, though, we're going to cut it here. If you want to see larger Vermont stories also with Jeff, tune in next week and we will have part 2 of this whole saga, I guess. I don't know how long this is going to go, but
We'll keep going.
yeah. Thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next week.